Hey yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Maplyph again. Yeah, he's back. He's so crazy. That's me, Maplyph. So yeah, welcome. And today we'll take a look at some random borders again, like always. And since I'm like feeling for a very small project, whatever, I think might be interesting to take a look at a very tiny state, and this state is obviously the smallest state in the world, and with it comes one of the world's or the world's most shortest border, whatever. And we'll take a look at it. And the moment you look at it, you realize, oh my god, it's tiny. It's like right in between another capital city and Vatican City. It's a capital city by itself, but it's also the whole country. I'm wondering if you could say that Vatican had a capital city, which is probably a very good question. And if you take a look at it in satellite format, you realize it's always like the wall of the Vatican City that you can see throughout the border. So it's also one of those countries that protects itself with big walls. With very big walls. Yeah, some people like that, some people don't. The Vatican obviously likes it, which I think is phenomenal. I mean, just take a look at that. And there's also quite a lot going on in here. You see, it's not only the Basilica di San Pietro, the square, the main square, Peter Square. It's obviously a lot more. Yeah, you can see almost the half of the country is obviously it's green. It's greener than, for example, Canada. Okay, probably not, but you know what I mean. It's quite entertaining, imagining that they have this whole park here, the Giardini Vaticani and everything, and look at that. It's just stunning. It's absolutely stunning what they achieved here. And last but not least, obviously, the Basilica di San Pietro. You know what I think? It's funny. It's funny. I wanted to look at the border, and now I'm seeing the whole country as one. So maybe let's dive into the topic and look at the border. And it starts here. It starts at the Via della Secrestia and near the Camposanto Teutonico, yes. And you already see that it's pretty, I don't know, disformed, malformed. I mean, what is this? Obviously, there were the Lateran contracts which enabled this all to happen, and you see this building just had to finish here because it crossed the border. Yeah, too bad for these people. But what is this? Aula Paolo VI 6, the fourth? I don't know. It's one of my weaknesses. Wow, it looks amazing. Looks totally obliviously obvious, wonderful. And it's only a very short part. Probably here the stage is located in Vatican, so the Pope can speak from Vatican territory outside of his country, which is by itself already pretty crazy. And then you have this building here, which also belongs to Vatican. Actually, I think it's more interesting to do this not in this kind of view, but in the other layer, in the satellite layer. Well, you could try the terrain layer, but that's probably not so good. So we take a look at it in satellite and we continue. There's a chapel right there. You see there are the walls. Like the walls are really pushing it to the limits. Nobody comes inside. Here you see that's all Italy. That's all Italy. But right here where Vatican begins, oh, you need a passport to enter that area, and there's a wall, so don't get the idea you can just go there. It would be so stupid. The Schweizer Garde, Swiss guards will demolish you probably. Well, I don't know if they do, but we'll continue. And you see Oh, which is pretty interesting, like almost everything nowadays, but this is actually interesting. They have a train station here. That's the Vatican City train station, and as if it wasn't enough, credits to Jean Baptiste making this picture. Um, as this wouldn't be enough, they also have their own trains. Well, they don't really have a train system throughout the Vatican, but they have a train station, and it's encompassed by this kind of bridge. And there goes out to the international hallway of fame, and they actually, yeah, they here it mingles into the real thing, the real railway, and that's how it goes on. Yeah, this line obviously follows, which is like an old fortress. Here you can see the Porta Pertusa. It's one of the many closed borders. They have a really strict control on that, and you can't forget that Vatican City is one of the last, if not the last, absolute monarchy. Well, maybe not the last, but it is an absolute monarchy, and the Pope gets to say everything. He can decide everything. He gets elected, but afterwards he can just do whatever he wants. And you see that this is not rivaled by Italy, because here's just there are parking cars in Italy right in front of the border, but they won't get across. You also see that it's kind of elevated. If you're on the street, you don't see so much. And here you can, if you were the Pope or whatever, a cardinal, you can take a look at the peasants here. You can really take a look at them, close look at the peasants, and realize that you are kind of the king of the world. You can also get palm trees, a fountain. Yeah, it's cool. And here's a pezzo del muro di Berlino. Oh, piece of the Berlin Wall. Oh, that's great. Greetings to Berlin. They have made all the way up here to the Vatican City. Probably Vatican claims himself that they really helped with tearing down the wall. Maybe that's the case. Well, and here's a Museo di Pio di Cristiano and everything. Here's another, looks like a portal marking something. And obviously the Pope's tennis court. Who wouldn't play tennis in the Vatican City? Yeah, who wouldn't? I would, definitely. I would love to, but I'm not the Pope. And I guess nobody wants to let the Pope lose, because that would mean terrifying news for your soul. Or not. No, I'm really. But I wonder if he plays it. And oh, that looks nice. Basically, all of the Vatican looks so good from up in the air. And there are some parking lots, some archives. It's really crammed up in there. And while Italy is just next to it, it's just crazy. Oh, and here's something interesting. I know that, but Google Maps doesn't. It marks here the border, and says this all is supposed to be Vatican. But as far as I know, like this 3-meter wide stretch, which stretches up like up until here, like this, all this, it's Italian. It's Italian, yeah. It is actually Italian. And they made some mistake when doing the lateral contracts, which manifested the borders. So that's what it got from that. It's actually Italy. But Google Maps gives it to Vatican. Kudos to them. Maybe they want to do something for their own soul. And here, obviously, we have the Peter Square. Wow. What a beautiful border. It's like an egg. It's shaped like an egg. And also, yeah, another stuff. The border path. It's actually named the border path. Wow, that's great. Wow. They really did something there. And here you could actually enforce passport control, but Vatican obviously doesn't. And back we are. I don't know. We know where it's so weird because of this wall, but could also be that the wall itself had to be made that weird because the border was that weird. Who knows? Maybe I will take a deep dive into the history once again. But as far as I know, that's it. We basically looked at the whole country. There's some archives, probably archives that are secret and whatever. But yeah, we did it. We looked at whole Vatican City, and it was great. It was great. I really appreciated that you've done this cool tour with me, and you can also just take a look at this, and it's amazing. Yeah, that's my small project of looking at the border of the world's smallest state, and I loved it that you be here, that you looked at this video, and next time maybe we'll look at the border which is a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, but I think that's not hard to accomplish. Thanks very much, guys. This was Maplyph, and see you again. Have a nice day.